Hello, everyone. Ingrid Boudet here from No More Noise Toronto, and I'm going to do a quick summary on waste collection noise and the meetings that we had on February 13th and February 15th, 2025. So I'm going to cover an introduction and then go into waste collection noise, go over the comments that we received, and have a proposal of where we go from here. So for those of you who don't know, No More Noise Toronto is focused on the noises that wake us up, keep us up, and disturb us day and night. We're data and process oriented group, and we're grassroots. We've grown to over 1,550 supporters and have the support of FONTRA and FOSTRA, which is the Federation of North and South Toronto Residents Associations. And we're engaged in the civic process at City Hall. And because of our collaborative approach, we've actually made friends with 4 city divisions by law enforcement, which is municipal licensing and standards, and they have a noise team there. The police, Toronto Police Services, Toronto Public Health, and Toronto at Your Service, which is also known as 311. So that is the front door to the city where we are to make our noise reports. And we're also very thankful to be collaborating with a number of different organizations. Civic Tech Toronto is where actually No More Noise Toronto really started. Esri Canada has all of the mapping and the spatial analysis and the surveys. I use all of their functionality, and we've done 3 podcasts with them, which is great. University of Toronto and Toronto Metropolitan University. I've worked with 5 students from University of Toronto over the course of 3 semesters, and I have just started working with Toronto Metropolitan University and have a student from there, and I'm very thankful that they are also working with Dr. Tor Oyamo, who is a world-renowned health expert on urban noise and specifically traffic noise. Gasbusters are the gas-powered leaf blower people, and they're a great group, so you can visit them at gasbusters.ca. And Quiet Communities is the largest anti-noise organization in the United States, and we've been strengthening our collaboration and partnership with them. So with that, I'm going to hop over to our website. And so here's the No More Noise Toronto website. We are undergoing a refresh, and that will be out in the next couple of weeks. And so here's where you can check out more information regarding the working groups and the noise calendar. But I'm also starting to do individual web pages for each type of noise source. And so these are the 3 that we've started so far: moving vehicle noise, overnight waste collection, and amplified sound. So let's hop into overnight waste collection. So how did this happen, and how can we stop it? Well, it basically happened without any public consultation. And in 2022, overnight waste collection noise was granted an exemption to the noise bylaw. So that's how all of this happened. And they did it for safety reasons. Give me a break. So this has impacted the sleep, health, and well-being of tens of thousands of people. It often happens in a very localized area. Let's say if you live in a condo or a group of condos and there's a back alley, and that is where the garbage collection will come, the trucks will come, and they will lift like 10 bins, and then they'll go over to another building and lift 10 bins, or they'll come back and do that other building. So it can be very disruptive for many people. You can look at this in your leisure, but here's a history of how we got here. And what can you do now? So the most important thing that you can do now is actually report it to the city. Through our advocacy efforts, Councillor Diane Sachs has been on the case. And so what they've done is they've actually improved the reporting process for waste noise collection, because before you couldn't even report it. So now you can. And so on their website, you need to create a service request. And I guide you through how to do that. And it basically, they call it a permitted or exempted noise, which is kind of confusing. But it means that they won't action it in the sense of stopping the noise. But in the case of waste collection noise, the idea is that they will actually create they will work with that waste noise collection company to reduce the noise that you are experiencing. So I'm really curious how this works. So please email info@nomorenoisetoronto if you've done this and if it's worked for you. So here's a couple screenshots on how to go on the app, and then this is what it looks like on the website. So the big thing that you can also do is join us. And that is where we are starting a waste collection noise task force. And because this was done with 0 public consultation, 0 graduated implementation, 0 education of drivers, no noise mitigation measures were suggested, 0 education for property managers. So basically no consideration for residents and their health. There's things that we can do here. So we are looking to write a campaign to get others in sign to send emails to city councilors, city staff, and others. And you can also speak at the Toronto Board of Health meeting on April 1st. And that is the most impactful thing you can do. We're also looking to speak to the Ontario Waste Management Association, and we're looking to create some flyers possibly in your areas. So here's links where you can join the working group. And we are a data-centered organization. And so we had a waste collection noise survey and how it impacts your life. Now, this one was launched in September. We are actually redoing this and going to be doing another one shortly. And we're hoping to combine both data sets. This was some of the work that I did with our students. So what makes a big difference here is, like, how many times have you heard waste collection noise between 11 p.m. and 7 a.m. this past week? For many people, for 32.8%, 5+ times they heard this, and 35.85% was 1 to 2 times. So significant. And we had 159 responses, which is awesome. But here, this is the one that I want to show here is, like, have you noticed any changes in your sleep quality due to this noise? Severe disruption, 45.9%. Moderate disruption, 34.5%. And have you noticed any long-term changes in your physical and mental health after being exposed? Yes, almost 70%. So clearly we need to do something about this. While it's only impacting a small group of people, those impacts are significant. And why are they significant? Well, we take data, we actually have meters at people's locations, at people's homes, and this is a recording of a waste collection pickup, and you can count the number of bins by the number of spikes, and they are over 100. These ones here reach about 100 decibels. I've seen them in other locations where when you get a little closer, it's actually closer to 107. And so while this measurement here was taken during the day, so it started off just above 60 decibels. If this was at night, it would be probably about 55 decibels, maybe about 10 decibels less, but the spikes would be just the same. So then you actually have a larger spike. Here, you're looking at 65 to, let's say, 95, so 30 decibels. So at night, that would be a 40 decibel spike. So you can see here how from 60 to 90 or almost 100, 60 to 100, how large of an impact that really is. And if you're watching this video, you know that sleep matters. It matters to our mental health, our cognitive functioning, and our physical health. Everybody can relate to how crappy you feel when you don't have a good night's sleep the night before. And for some of these people, especially if you're waking up five plus nights a week from waste collection noise, you're not feeling good in the morning. And you're also nervous, possibly, about going to sleep at night. When is it going to come? When am I going to get woken up? So here is ways that you can participate. Okay, so I'm going to go back now, minimize these two things. And so here are the comments that people have made during those two sessions. Get people to talk to their property manager. People suggested a flyer campaign, again, because it's a localized area. And then some people just flat out want the exemption removed and no waste collection pickup at night. And I fully understand that. However, as a group, there's varying degrees of varying opinions. And so while I agree with removing it, I'm not sure that's very likely. And so now, unfortunately, the city has once again prioritized corporate profit and expediency over public health. So this is where we need to come with solutions to the city and to the Association of Waste Management in Ontario. And so this is where we're looking to coordinate pickup times to reduce interruptions, educate the drivers, make the bins quieter. What about rubber bumpers on, right now it's metal on metal. So I think that there's ways to make the collection quieter. And then somebody also suggested a media presentation in Willowdale and to get Councillor Cheng to speak and then possibly do a 5 to 10 minute interview with No More Noise Toronto and residents. So that's also some other options that people were saying we could do. So what are the next steps? To create a list of requests, recommendations that we can use in an email campaign for the Board of Health meeting on April 1st. And then we need to create a list of emails that should receive the letters. And this is where my campaign software, I can create custom email lists. And so we don't have to do just info at the Board of Health. We can do to someone at the Board of Health. We can do to someone at the Ontario Waste Collection Association. So I would love for somebody to help research who should get these emails. And then this email campaign will run from March 25th to April 1st for that Board of Health meeting. And we might just run it beyond. There's no limit to, we can choose to not turn it off. We can change it a little bit and then not turn it off so that some people will still continue to get your emails. And finally, I really hope that you do think about speaking on April 1st. This is the most impactful thing you can do. So I'm going to be holding 2 sessions, a number of them actually right towards the end of March, but there's one on Thursday, March 20th at 7 p.m. and Saturday, March 22nd at noon. Both of them are virtual and there's the links to register. So and you can then join also a group. So we're doing a waste collection noise task force, and I'm calling it a task force because to me, a task force is something that can have an end date. And if we really focus and work on this, hopefully in a year or 2, we don't have overnight waste collection noise at all. And even if we have overnight waste collection, it's quieter. And finally, we need to look at reducing the noise level in Toronto because Toronto is now a 24/7 city. And so there's people who work at night who need to sleep during the day, like those garbage pickup people. So let's just try and reduce the noise level throughout Toronto. And you can help by joining a group. You can scan the QR code, and there'll also be a link in the description of the video down below. So let's create a better Toronto by reducing noise. Thank you so much for your engagement, participation, and for watching this video. Have a great day.